Today I'm reviewing Joker by Swag Bags. This is the newest bag in Swag Bags lineup. It's new for the 25-26 ACL season. Let's go ahead and dive in, break these bags down. As always, start with materials. Slow side, this is a hybrid material. It's the exact same slow side Swag Bags uses on the slow side of their Chaos L. It's the same material you find on the slow side of the Ultra Viper R, the True Cornhole Aftershock, the Lucky Pro Sniper Elites, Reynolds Thunder, AAR Ripper, the CBC Ronin, the Sub-Zero Glacier. I could go on and on. There's a long list of bags that use this material. It's very popular. Plays about a 5.5 speed. Brand new, it's like a 6.5 speed. Once it breaks in, it softens up. It gets down to about that 5.5, 6-ish range, somewhere in there. It's very hole friendly. You still have control with it. It plays really well across most board conditions. So if you live in an area where humidity is an issue, or you play in those big tournaments where boards play different from one end of the building to the other, or the tournaments that go throughout the day and into the evening as the temperature changes, the conditions change. A bag like this with this material will play pretty consistent. So you don't really change too much. You don't have to change bags. You don't really change your throw. You can still throw the bag throughout all those different conditions. It'll play very similar. So 5.5 speed on the slow side of these Jokers. Fast side. This is the same material that's found on the fast side of the Game Changer or the Surefire. It's an 8.5 speed. It's fast. It's great for pushing those blockers up. So if there's level 2, level 3 blockers, enough speed here to catch and ride that bag all the way up into the hole. It's great for bowling bags out of the way and dealing with congestion around the hole there. So we're talking about a 5.5, 8.5 speed on these Jokers. Template wise, it's a medium template bag, medium amount of fill. So the bag has some flop. It is not overly floppy. I will say on the flop side, these bags do start to get a little bit floppier over time. These two materials do have some stretch. One thing's different about this bag as opposed to the Chaos, which I'm sure I'll get that question a lot. So let's go ahead and jump into that real quickly here. The biggest difference, well, one, the fast side. This one uses it's the same material as on the Chaos, but it's the opposite side. So the Chaos uses the smoother side of this material, a little faster in my opinion. It's a 9 speed. This is the little bit slower side, a little more textured side. So they flip the material over on the fast side. The bigger difference is inside the bag. The Chaos has a liner inside of it. I talk about liners all the time and how I like liners and how they aid in the whole friendliness and all this stuff. This bag, Joker, does not have the liner. And there are some people out there who don't like liners. They don't like the way they feel. They don't like the way that it makes the bags play. I actually had a conversation with a bag maker. Gosh, it's been a few months now. I had a conversation talking about liners and different things, and their take on the liner was that it takes away some of the action, some of the movement of the bag. That when you take the liner out, that fill interacts with the material and has less between it and the board, so it causes that bag to be a little more active, a little more balanced. You get better with the cuts, rolls, flops. That shot shaping is easier with the bag that doesn't have a liner. I haven't really tested that myself, so I don't know how accurate it is, but it is a thought process there. I do think these bags do really well in the shot shaping. I'll get more in that playability. But for those of you who don't like a liner, maybe you really like the Chaos, but you hate the liner, that's kind of the idea of the Joker. Another slight change is the fill. The fill is very similar, but this to me, the Joker, the fill in the Joker feels more like the Chaos L fill, a little more of a mixed fill, a little more beads in there than what's in the Chaos. Chaos is more flat, fill heavy. The Joker, I don't think the Joker's kind of more of a blend. It's not really flat or round fill heavy. It's a nice blend in there, and it's a nice small fill, so the bag still has a nice fluid hand feel to it. And you grab it, I can grip it and lock it down. Nice, really nice and nice. I can completely control the bag right now. These bags have loosened up since the start of throwing them. The more you throw them, they're going to get a little bit more stretch, a little bit more flop to them. That flops and give this bag a ton of forgiveness. So you can get away with having a little more active fill because you have that flop and that forgiveness. So very little kick to it. If you don't throw flat, you can those bags are not going to have a punishing kick to them. These are also super forgiving around the hole. A floppy bag does a great job. If you want a bag that just kind of makes up for your mistakes, you want a bag that has flop to it, because all you need is that corner to dip in, hook the lip of that hole. It'll grab the bag, pull it back in, and the bag will drip back in. Both these materials are very hole friendly, so you get that bag up there, and you'll see here when I'm throwing bags off. I have to all the time. My miss is I miss left or right. I'm very inconsistent. I have a hard time hitting my mark. But bags like these Jokers do a great job of making up for that mistake and kind of making me look like a better player when I am by grabbing that. So you'll see bags going off to the left, going off to the right. They'll still hook the hole, spin around, melt back in. The beads in this fill make this bag super hole friendly. This is definitely what I would call a drippy bag. So really love what Swag Bags has done with this bag. It's a fun bag to throw. These bags are ACL stamps, playing the ACL. You can throw these. Let's go ahead and jump in. Talk more about the playability on this. I've already touched on some of that, but it's a very versatile bag. I think for me, if I'm pulling this bag out, anytime I pull a bag out that has this material on it, I just want to run bags in the hole, put my 4 bags in, get my 12 points, just outscore, outlast my opponent. It's a great bag for dealing with an opponent who throws blockers up there because of the forgiveness of it, the flop of it, and the speeds of it. If your opponent throws a blocker up there, you have several options. One, I have the ability to throw a cut. The shot shape is I throw a cut and kind of sneak around their bag. Like I said, you have that corner just dip in, it'll hook the hole and pull the bag back in. So you don't need a lot of the hole exposed to kind of sneak around their bag. you got enough speed, slow or fast side, to push in, bully their bag out of the way, take hold control or go in. So you can play that bully style game, and you can also play the get around style game. It's really good at, for me, if I'm throwing to the right, I'm a right-handed bag, my bag spins clockwise. If I'm going to the right, I'm playing more of a bully style game. If I'm going to the left of their bag, that's when that bag will hook and kind of walk around. So it depends on where the blocker is to where I want to play a get around or a bully style bag, or if I just want to throw a cut and get around that. But I find this bag does a really good job with all of that. As I said, shot shaping, the cuts, it does a really good job. Cuts, rolls, flops. If you're that type of player, I think if you're average to advanced or elite, you'll have no problem. If you're starting out, maybe not the easiest bag. However, if you're trying to start out and learn to throw cuts, rolls, flops, honestly, Swag Bags has the Emerald XR, phenomenal bag. Probably one of the best bags, I think, for starting out, learning to throw rolls and cuts and flops. That's where you go. Once you've got kind of skill set down, you're starting to get the way to manipulate the bags, and you're pretty average at it, or you start moving a little further along, then you can jump some of these Joker and gain the benefits of the hole-friendliness of it and the forgiveness of it, but still be able to shot shape with it. But these Jokers do a great job with shot shaping. Like I said, they're very hole-friendly, so you have the versatility to run bags in the hole. But if you want to throw blockers up there, you've got control here, and you'll watch it. I tried my best to throw a few more blockers. I get a lot of criticism, not a lot. I get some criticism from people sometimes that I just slide too many bags in the hole when I'm doing this review. So I try to dirty the boards up a little more. That's why I started a few months ago putting staging blockers to show how the bags kind of work around and bully bags of the way and show you that. But even when I started open boards, I tried to throw a few more rounds of blockers and I showed that you can control this material. If you have enough of a finesse, enough control, you can get a little bit higher arc in the bag. You can get it to land, stop. Very easy to collect because of the bags. They do a great job. There's enough fill in here. They do a great job of just catching that corner, hooking the bag and taking it in. So if you throw a blocker, you can get aggressive, putting it more on your opponent's side, knowing you can come down slow side or fast side. Really, I like to collect slow side until it's my last bag. So if it's not my last bag, I just go slow side, because that way, even if I throw a little short, it'll push in, the bag will set and replace it. Last bag, I want to make sure it goes and falls in, so I'll go slick side, hook it, and take it all the way in. If you get too aggressive or you miss your mark and throw the bag a little too far over your opponent's side, you still have the ability to throw that cut, come across, grab, pull that bag back in for you. You can go either way, right? Cut left or right, right to left, however you want to do it. So you do have the ability to play that dirty style gameplay, and the bag does a great job of that. So if you like to play dirty, but you want a bag that's a little hole friendly, a little more forgiving, I think you're going to love this Joker. If you deal with players who play dirty style gameplay, this Joker is phenomenal at playing against that, or kind of counteracting that dirty style gameplay. It gives you options to get around, leave their bag there, make them collect their bag. I tell all the time, make those dirty style players collect their bags, and they'll have to start changing their game because eventually they're going to make a mistake. It's also a great bag for blind draws because of the versatility. No matter who you get as a partner, you both can pick this bag up and throw it. So if you want to play dirty and they want to run bags in the hole or vice versa, you can both play your style of game with this bag without having to really make any adjustments. So definitely a bag that'll fit a lot of different play styles. Great for those blind draws, those switches, anywhere where you're getting a random partner, or you're changing up partners from game to game or whatever, like you do in the switches. So definitely a versatile bag in that aspect. That leads me to availability. Swag Bags has a website, swagbagscornhole.com. As always, I'll put a link down in the description for you guys. The bags were $98.99 for a set. That's kind of that mid-price point for me. Honestly, it's closer to the lower price point now with the new ACL pricing strategies for Pro Stamp bags. I may have to readjust that. But for me, in the general scheme of all bags out there, it's kind of the mid-price point. Well worth it. High-quality bags for that. It was $14 shipping from Swag Bags. And I'm pretty sure Swag Bags still has the flat rate shipping, which means if you order more than one set, the shipping stays $14. So it's really great if you're looking at maybe eyeing a set of the Joke. Maybe you haven't thrown the Chaos and you're not sure. You want to kind of compare the two. Buy a set of Jokers, buy a set of Chaos. Buy them at the same time. Save some shipping. If you have a league mate or a friend or somebody else who's wanting to buy a set of Jokers, put them in one order, split the shipping between you two, save some money. You can do it that way as well. But it's a flat rate ship. So by the time it's a bag you order, you're paying that $14. So one set, $98.99, $14 shipping. It's $112.99 for a set shipped to you. Again, it's at the upper end of the medium price point. Still, medium price point for me, well worth it. High quality bags. I have no issues with that. I'm a huge fan of Swag Bags. I throw a lot of their bags. The Chaos L is one of my favorite bags. I still throw that a lot. I actually have an old set of my kids. I think these are 23 stamps, so these are actually no longer allowed in the ACL. These are the first set of Chaoses that I reviewed. I still keep those. I still throw those. I love those bags. These Jokers will probably find their way in my backpack quite often as well. So definitely check them out. If you haven't thrown some bags from Swag Bags, the Jokers are a great place to start. If you've thrown these, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing you guys' opinions. As always, I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.